Well, from catching up on the latest movie news to reporting on movie-worthy space news, Carl Wasty is super excited for our next guest. He's been absolutely just fanboying geeking out for the past couple of minutes. Well, listen to this. The last time humans set foot on the moon was in 1972, and if you can believe that. Now, after many years of planning, NASA is closer than ever to sending humans back to the lunar surface in 2025. And there's so much to look forward to in the world of science, and that's why we've got science engagement astronomer from the observatory, Dr. Daniel Kahnemer, to join us and give us the latest on what we can expect on this. I'll let you do the introductory hello, because it's...
Dr. Daniel Kahnemer!
Thank you.
I'm over the moon.
Soon, 2025.
Good to see you, Daniel.
It's so good.
Great to be back.
Excellent
Right,
stuff.
so let's talk about the moon, because I mean, this is Artemis III. A lot of talk about the vacuum in time, excuse the pun, with regard to us going there. There's even been movies about why we haven't gone back there. I've watched a few of them, most of them are horrors. But why is it that it's taken so long for us to go back to the moon? I mean, what's the new interest?
Yeah, I think that after the lunar landings and all of that sort of Cold War drama, trying to get people to the moon first, space race, the public interest kind of died down. It was hard to motivate to spend that kind of money to get to the moon. We'd been there. What else were we going to learn? But in the last 10 or 15 years, and with the advent of SpaceX and others, there's just this renewed interest in space travel. And this is going beyond the moon. We're going to go to the moon in 2025, but after that, we want to get to Mars by 2030. And then what next? We don't know. So sort of permanent bases on the moon, permanent bases on Mars. The technology has advanced enough and the interest is back that we want to get to space again, and we want to prove what's possible.
Yeah. Wow. I actually didn't even think about it that way. More than just man's pursuit for excellence and the next frontier, there is a bit of a political weight that people need to be able to justify. Why are we spending so much money going to the moon?
Yeah.
And here we are, Artemis III. So what's the mandate of this project?
So it's a super cool project because in the 60s and 70s it was NASA. NASA was employed by the government, paid by the government. They wanted to put people on the moon. Now there's this group. It's NASA's involved, but SpaceX is part of it, and NASA's employing SpaceX. They're going to actually do the landing. These SpaceX Starships, which are getting built, we haven't even sent one to space yet, and that is in 2 years' time going to land humans on the on the moon
surface.
So NASA's going to launch it up. They're going to launch the Orion capsule. Then that's going to transfer to this lunar transit halo spaceship, which will then take the people to the moon, and then they'll hop onto a SpaceX Starship, go down, and come back up.
Wow.
So it's a collaboration between NASA, SpaceX, and then many other companies, which are making the spacesuits, and so everything's kind of combined together. All this technology which has been advanced in these companies which have been forming around space travel are coming together to achieve this.
So many brilliant minds coming together.
The collaboration, it's so good. I mean, I love human collaboration, the greatest minds of the planet coming together. But of course, I think I'm very interested to know what we're going to see on the moon. Like, what type of interesting things do you expect us to find? Because I know when we watched the tapes back, it was just a guy, just walking on, having his one small step for himself and a larger step for mankind, and that sort of thing. But now, what's next? What else are we going to see there? Is there going to be something that perhaps we've seen in the movies?
Are we going to go to the dark side?
The dark side of the moon. Thank you, Transformers. Yes.
Well, we're gonna land at the South Pole, so that will be
the South Pole.
The South Pole. So
haven't we been there? No, I'm kidding.
It's a long way to go to come back.
Yeah.
So we're gonna land at the South Pole of the moon, where we now know there's water ice. We didn't know that in the 70s. So we know there's water ice. We can go there, see how much there is, see whether it's going to be enough to sustain a lunar base, for example.
Wow.
And then, of course, the technology has advanced so much. What we can learn, what we can study, the kind of things we can analyze, and things we can send on a spaceship. It's very exciting, and
it is.
I think that there's a lot that can be learned, and we don't always know what we're going to learn.
Yeah, and we hope that everything goes smoothly and that Houston won't have any problems.
Well, I mean, we've got to get some movies too. So.
Yeah, that's true.
But what still needs to happen until then? Until 2025.
So one of the very exciting things, which should be happening in the next month or so, hopefully sooner, is this spaceship. So SpaceX has been building these Starships, and they managed to successfully fly it across and land one, completely reusable. It looks like Futurama, the Futurama green rocket.
Yes.
Yeah, now we have one of those. So that's what it looks like, and that thing's landing perfectly. Now they've strapped it to the biggest rocket ever made. It's stacked if you go look on the SpaceX websites. So it's on top, it's all ready to go. And they're going to launch this thing up into space and test it out. So that's one of the main things. This is how we're going to put the people on the moon. Orion's been tested. They sent Orion up. Everything's working. It went around the moon, came back and landed, unmanned. Wow. But there's
so we've got the navigation part of it. Yeah.
But I love the pace of it these days. There's no fear that in 2 years' time, fine, we'll do it.
Yeah. Would you get on that spaceship if they give you a ticket?
Totally do that.
You would?
I would totally do that. That's amazing. But knowing us humans, Kat, like we're gonna get the all-new lunar shopping come through now. It's like Dr. Daniel Kahneman, thank you so much for giving us the update, and we cannot wait till this happens. It's going to be such another amazing thing and a feat for humankind. So let's see what happens next.
Absolutely. Great to be back. Thanks,
Cheers, Dan.